This is a off-schedule video for Graphic Details just because we wanted to discuss the new redesign of Batgirl and what that tells us sort of about things going on in DC in general at the moment. So the first thing most people saw or heard of this whole event was when the redesign art just was circulating around on Tumblr and Twitter, and a lot of people just thought it was like a project, like a little redesign just for fun, until people realized that no, this is actually getting redesigned, and people sort of freaked out, which I assume was part of the plan. Maybe I'm cynical, but I assume that was a marketing strategy.
And I was one of the people who were like, oh look, another cool Tumblr redesign, because you do see a lot of that sort of modern twist on superhero costumes a lot on like Tumblr and stuff. I love it personally. I love the fact that she's wearing Doc Martens, and you know, any cosplayers who want to get ahead of the curve, they're actually on sale from Doc Martens, those bright yellow ones.
Big fans of Doc Martens here.
Yeah.
I'm wearing my right now. I agree, like I love the art, but what I would say is I have like two little problems. One, I was a little worried that they made her look a lot younger than before. And then if she cobbled this costume together for herself out of things she found in the shop, then why did she do that after she had the body armor for years? Or are we now pretending she wasn't wearing that body armor for years, and why does she think she doesn't need it anymore? And is that going to be a plot point? Because it just seems like that's going to feel like really juddery in the...
Well, I think it's a question of whether it's actually being rebooted or it's a continuation of Someone's Run. I mean, do we know?
Well, they said they were picking up in issue 35.
Oh, okay.
And they can't totally retcon it because it's still within the New 52.
Yeah.
So they can't pretend that Someone's Run didn't happen.
Looking at the redesign sheet, if you look at the drawing of the torso where they're like, it's not spandex, and they have a little drawing of the suction boobies that you see a lot in comics. Like, that's the reason I actually thought it was a Tumblr redesign, just the fact that they made a point of saying that, and I think it's super awesome that they're just keeping it really like how the cloth would look, because that is a problem I have with, and a lot of people do with comic art, is they say it's leather and then it looks like it's body paint.
You know, a lot of people were excited, the art's really interesting, but then a lot of people seconds later were going, oh wait, but what about Gail Simone? Because a lot of people really like Gail Simone's writing, and like I love Gail Simone's writing on Batgirl, but I haven't loved the art like consistently. I've liked some of it's been a little dodgier, especially in the last few issues. I feel like there's been some anatomy leg problems.
I mean, the cover art is generally always absolutely stunning.
So good.
And then you go inside and it's a bit of a letdown.
Yeah, it is actually. Well, Gail Simone's Twitter is normally a fairly candid source of information, and she told people that she had not been fired off the book. She had in fact quit over creative differences. It seemed to be an editorial problem, that she wanted to take it in a less grim direction and she wasn't being allowed, which is sort of a bit unfortunate now because her quitting seemed to like trigger this reshuffle that there's now a new editorial team involved in Batgirl who are taking it in a less grim direction. In a different video we're going to talk in more detail about what editors do, especially in big publishing houses like DC and Marvel. They are particularly important. The editorial staff are this elusive group who hold a lot of control over not just what gets published, but the way it's published and the storylines and the art styles. They really hold a lot of power. Two of the pieces of promo art we have besides the like redesign costume sheet is the I guess what we'll call selfie cover of her in what looks like a bar.
The comic coming out in DC, they've decided to do this kind of overarching theme for all the covers where all the superheroes are taking selfies. One of my favourites is Alfred in the batsuit taking a selfie.
So I love anything with Alfred.
Praise Alfred.
My probably my favourite character in these.
There's one with Superman taking a selfie and he's holding a kid. The Harley Quinn selfie cover is amazing, and she's just like, hey!
One of the other covers we've seen for the new Batgirl is this one of more in motion, kind of coming down, and is a little bit reminiscent of the Gotham Academy cover that we've seen.
Okay, so Gotham Academy is a new Gotham title coming out in fall, I think. The artist for this run is going to be Carl Kerschel, who did the artwork for Teen Titans Year One, who I absolutely love. And again, I think this is a sign of DC kind of hopefully moving away from the grim stuff, because his artwork is very, very fun, bright. I love Bab's Tower work, and I was going to mention that she had kind of a history in fashion illustration, which really, really shows through with her Batgirl drawings, and I think
the attention to detail,
yeah,
clothes, I think.
Which I think is super, super important. Like, this is maybe just a personal opinion, but I find when artists draw the superheroes in their civvies, and sometimes they just run in such horrible clothes.
Or
and
just really nondescript, like there's no personality. Outside a costume, the characters have no personality.
No personality whatsoever. Yeah. Oh, we're super excited for, cautiously optimistic.
We're cautiously excited.
Cautiously excited for all the cool things that are coming out. We're going to put links below in the description box for our blog on Tumblr, our Twitter account, and articles about Gotham Academy, the artist, which is well worth a read.
That's all. We'll see you guys on Tuesday.
See you next week. Same bad time, same bad channel.